Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for another video. In today's video, let's take a look at AIOZ and see where we can land with a price target for the upcoming 2024-2025 bull run. But before we dive on into this is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research. I am not a financial advisor, and while I appreciate that so many of you are hopping in here from all over the place, you've got to hit that subscribe button. I have price target videos dropping every day at 6 a.m. Eastern time on the dot. I've probably already covered a lot of your favorite cryptocurrencies, and I have a lot more coming every day at 6 a.m. Eastern time. I try to make multiple videos a day to keep up as much as possible with this rapidly evolving crypto space. So hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, turn on the notification button as well so that you don't miss a beat. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on into this. A very popular cryptocurrency that people have been asking me to make a video about for a long time, and I'm finally at it. AIOZ. And so what do you think of? What do you hear people say when you think and when you hear about AIOZ? Well, if you're like me, you've seen a lot of videos talking about the AI narrative, the big run that we had in late 2022, early 2023 with cryptocurrencies like Fetch AI, Ocean, and Singularity Net, AJAX. But if you look at the AIOZ chart, you might be a little confused because AIOZ was pretty flat during that time while we saw AJAX put in a new all-time high. And so what's the deal with that? Does that mean AIOZ is not an AI cryptocurrency? I mean, sort of it's not. I mean, it is, yes, but there's so much more to this project that has me very excited. And I'm not worried at all about this chart, by the way, because this launched at the worst possible time in 2021. May of 2021, that was the end of euphoria. And that is when AIOZ launched. And so I do think if we have another AI narrative with crypto at any time over the next year, 2 years, a lot of people are expecting that with AI cryptos, that AIOZ will benefit from it. It's a lot more on people's radars than it was in early 2023, late 2022. So I would say, yes, this is an AI crypto, but you've got to expand your horizons with this cryptocurrency in particular. And so if I were to describe AIOZ, and this is a little ambitious of me, but I would say that it's a mix of Filecoin, Render, Internet Computer, Theta, Hive Mapper. There's so many different cryptocurrencies that I could say AIOZ is trying to innovate and develop in all of these narratives. And so what does that mean? Well, if you're familiar with me and my channel, if you're not, let me tell you something. When I'm talking about the upcoming bull run, whatever that may look like, whenever euphoria returns, whether that's 2025 or later, I always prefer to talk about narratives over hype. Not narratives over hype, narratives over tech. I believe short-term tech is overrated. I believe long-term, we're talking about into the 2030s, tech really matters. But if we're just talking about a bull run, the narratives in the hype matter a lot more than the tech. And so when I think about AIOZ, I think about a cryptocurrency that could grab a hold of many different narratives and ride the wave. And so I have a lot to talk about with AIOZ. I just want to let you know about that up front. But it's a lot of these things. It's a lot of things, a lot of components of Web3, a lot of things that have me really excited about this crypto. And have you heard this word? If you have not, let me tell you, if this is your first time ever hearing, it's an acronym, DePIN, Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network. If you've not heard this word and you're into crypto or you're just getting into crypto, you're going to hear it a ton over the next couple of years. This is a term that was coined by Masario. If you're familiar with Masario, I show Masari.io charts in every video of mine. It is my favorite data website to go to for anything crypto related. This term right here was coined by Masari.io in 2022. So last bull run, we had never heard of DePIN. This is a narrative that is primed to take off, and AIOZ is in the DePIN narrative. It's in the DePIN category, probably maybe even more so than AI, but along with its AI potential narrative. And so DePIN cryptos, it's a wide variety of cryptocurrencies. I mean, you can see Filecoin. So we have data storage. Render, we have GPUs, GPU access, frames rendered. We have Helium, mobile. We have Theta network, so it's streaming. So basically IOTA, we have on this list a lot of cryptocurrencies, a wide variety of cryptocurrencies that can fit under DePIN. And we have a lot of potential with a narrative that could grab a hold of all of these, but one of the bigger winners would be something that can grab a hold of all of them in one package. And that is where AIOZ comes in. So you can see AIOZ, you can see it near Flux. A lot of people ask me about Flux, a potential render competitor. And AIOZ is along with that, along the ride with that. We have storage, we have Hive Mapper, a very well-known, smaller but well-known DePIN cryptocurrency. So there's so much just in this that, you know, you would look at this and be like, if you could look at this list for the first time, you'd be like, I can't understand what DePIN is. Well, it's a combination of all of these things, but AIOZ, out of all of these, AIOZ is the complete package. So again, it's $298 in market cap, got a $200 million market cap. CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap are different. CoinGecko says 142 million. Actually, CoinGecko's right, now that I think about it, because I know their circulating supply is 1.07 billion. So 142 million, that's right, yeah. So I think CoinMarketCap is wrong. So let me direct you to a few things on their website. What is IPFS? This is where we're going to get the ICP comparisons, because ICP is not on this list of DePIN cryptocurrencies, but this is where we get the ICP comparison. I'd very strongly recommend that you read this article. It was written on January 18th of 2024, and you can see an attempt to offer a decentralized internet. That's what IPFS is. You can see a comparison to the centralized internet, which has its issues in terms of centralization, in terms of who controls the centralized internet. We have major corporations controlling a centralized internet, and we've seen a lot of things, and this is not a political statement. We saw a lot of things after January 6th of different things that really, as a person who doesn't call himself a Democrat or a Republican, really bothered me when it comes to censoring, when it comes to one side of the aisle trying to take control of a narrative that has nothing to do with crypto or whatever. If you're offended by that, I don't care. But certain limitations that come with the centralized internet, with IPFS, with a lot of things that this isn't just AIOZ that's trying to do this, but a lot of things that AIOZ is trying to do. We have a peer-to-peer model of an internet that allows it to be decentralized, allows it to be more secure, allows it to be more cost-effective, and allows it to not be controlled by the powers that be. You know, if you are in favor of a certain power that bees, sorry about that, then that's fine. But what if, just picture this one day, what if the other side became the one that controlled a centralized internet? Would you be in favor of a decentralized internet? AIOZ can help with that. Another thing that we have here is their CID model here. And so what is a CID? It's the opposite of HTTPS. It is based not on location, but it's based on the content, on the piece of content that is stored on the internet. And so a good comparison with CIDs is library books and ISBNs. It's just an ISBN uniquely identifies a book regardless of where it's stored. A CID uniquely identifies a digital content on the IPFS network. Or fingerprint identification, just as a fingerprint uniquely identifies a person, a CID uniquely identifies a piece of content. Regardless of where the person is, their fingerprint remains the same. Similarly, no matter where the content is stored in the IPFS network, its CID remains constant. This is all on the website. Take a look at it, understand the benefits. In my opinion, very much the benefits of a decentralized internet. This is kind of a people's rebellion, because I do think that the trend is moving towards more decentralized. This has a potential to be a gradually but suddenly kind of thing with AIOZ. And then I would recommend reading their most recent article. I believe this was published on January 24th of 2024, From Hard Drives to DePIN, The Evolution of Digital Storage. And you can see this goes way back. This goes back to the 1930s. They essentially give a history of what digital storage looks like with a 500, I don't remember the exact size, but an extremely small in terms of data storage, first ever data storage system that was built, or hardware that was built, up until the evolution of from hard drives to cloud storage to decentralized internet storage. And so there's lots of good things in that article, a lot of things that you may have never even considered the entire evolution over almost the last century. And you can see here the growth in storage, the growth in data volume in zettabytes. So we are up to a projection in 2025 of 181, is it zettabytes or zettabytes? I don't know, but we are seeing exponential growth in the amount of data that is being stored on computers and on the cloud. And it's something to keep in mind that AIOZ and a lot of these decentralized options, right now it is very largely centralized, but the decentralized aspect of this has the potential to be a disruptor towards the centralized internet. And so the advent of decentralized Web3 storage 2020 to present, we have a 4-year-old system here that, let me read the bottom part. According to recent studies, the market value of Web3 storage grew from 2.28 billion in 2022 to 3.25 billion in 2023, reflecting a compound annual growth rate of 42.8%. This growth trajectory is expected to continue, with projections indicating that the market could reach 13.36 billion by 2027. That's not too far away. 3 years, not at all. Now, I want to be clear about something. This is not talking about the total market cap of DePIN related cryptos. It's just talking about the entire market of decentralized storage as it is. If we were talking about a price to earnings ratio, this would be the earnings, the 13.36 billion, whereas the price for stocks is usually much higher than that. Not usually, always. Pretty much always much higher than the earnings. So same deal here, something to keep on your radar. There's a lot of growth when it comes to decentralized Web3, computer, data, everything. And AIOZ has it all. So again, I'm talking about narratives. I'm talking about what kind of narratives can AIOZ take a hold of. I don't care about the tech if we're just talking about a year or 2 years. I just don't care. And it's funny, I have been on that train for a long time. I was on Alex Island, that's my name by the way, Alex Island, talking about I don't care about the tech short term. I care about what kind of a narrative can this cryptocurrency take a hold of, and I very much care about tokenomics and all that. Anyway, so here are the potential AIOZ narratives, and AI being one of them. AI narrative. It didn't happen with AIOZ in 2023. I think it was more so the larger AI cryptocurrencies that really benefited from that, and some of the smaller ones got left behind, and that's fine. AIOZ was under $100 million in market cap. It didn't reach people's radars. It is very much on people's radars right now. So can it grab a hold of the AI narrative? Absolutely. DePIN narrative. This has me more excited. A DePIN narrative I'm not super bullish on Filecoin, and I'm not super bullish on Theta, but there's other ones that have a potential. Newer cryptocurrencies can really explode, while those other ones just kind of go with the market in terms of their market cap growth. You've got to be very careful with Filecoin. They have highly inflationary cryptocurrency, 10 times more supply and circulation than when it peaked in 2021. So $30 Theta, $30 Filecoin, it peaked at $175, is an all-time high in its market cap. There's just very limited growth for Filecoin. But DePIN, I'm going to look at HiveMapper, aka Honey, in a few weeks here. That is a huge potential narrative coming, down the pipeline potentially. Now, post-Bitcoin all-time high narrative, what does that even mean? A lot of cryptocurrencies, a lot of the older ones have been lagging behind. And I do believe that a lot of them, like Filecoin, even Filecoin and Theta, will see a lot of money flow in and out of those coins in a short period of time. And so looking at that list, there are several older cryptocurrencies that existed before the word DePIN even existed, on that list that I already showed you. And so can AIOZ get caught up in the, I'm seeing Theta's pumping. Let me look at similar cryptocurrencies to Theta. Oh, all right, let me get this one, AIOZ. Yeah, that's a cool name. Who knows? All right. So data storage narrative, again, Filecoin, not so much, but could we see around a time that we would see Arweave pump like crazy, that we would see storage pump like crazy? Could AIOZ do the same thing? Blockchain video streaming narrative. I'm very much looking at VRA here. There's a ton of hype, with VRA, and it's amazing for how small of a market cap it has that people are as excited as they are about buying VRA and seeing where it goes during a euphoria phase. We need euphoria to return for VRA to pump. So my price target for VRA, by the way, is 22.5 cents. That is a pretty significant gain from where it is right now. So as we see VRA and Theta, moving pretty crazy. Could AIOZ grab a hold of that? And then decentralized computer narrative, we see ICP pumping. We see similar things that are trying to push towards a decentralized internet, I should say. Could AIOZ grab a hold of that? I think it could. All of the above, it's entirely possible. It's not guaranteed that all of the above will happen, but you never know. So the big thing that we have to ask ourselves now is what are we looking at moving forward with their tokenomics? And it's not terrible. I want to be clear about that. It's not the worst in the world. 1.7 billion in circulation right now is much smaller in 2021, but it was 2022. It was a new cryptocurrency back then. I'm just not worried about that all that much. So I'm also not worried about whether or not this is going back to its all-time high. I actually do give a new all-time high for this, but it's not going to go super far beyond its all-time high, but it's still multiple X's. So, all right, here's their mindset with this. A commitment to minimal inflation. I want to be clear about something. I disagree. This is not minimal. My gold standard for whether I would consider a cryptocurrency being highly inflationary or lowly inflationary, if that's the right terminology, is Dogecoin. Dogecoin prints 10,000 new coins every minute into perpetuity. That equates to right now about a 4% annual increase. And so people, when they hear the 10,000 a minute, that kind of shocks their system and they think, oh, wow, yeah, that's very highly inflationary. And I'd say Dogecoin is like right in the middle. Anything less than that, I'm happy with their levels of inflation. Anything more than that, I'm not ecstatic, but I'll take this level of inflation in comparison to a lot of other cryptocurrencies I've reviewed. Like look at my Zay video, look at my Sui video. I think for both of those, it's somewhere between 5 and 7 times more of that cryptocurrency, of those cryptocurrencies are going to be in circulation between now and when they peak in 2025, which caused me to suppress my price targets for them very significantly. But we have with AIOZ here, 8% an 8% annual increase between December 25th of 2023 and December 25th of 2024. 7% December 25th of 2024 to December 25th of 2025. Most people believe that by December 25th of 2025, the bull run will have been over. I'm a little bit more agnostic on that, but they desire to have a 5% annual inflation rate by 2026. Fine. I'm not going to cry too much about that. That's fine. It's middle of the road level of inflation, but not minimal inflation. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration. So the next thing we have to look at is AIOZ's historical market cap dominance. But I want to be clear about something. I believe that we're going to go much higher in terms of its market cap dominance, all-time high. And I had to just try to think as much as possible about where this can go. And you might think that my percentage is a little too conservative. I don't know. This all-time high right here in market cap dominance is very recent. That was 0.01%, a little bit higher than 0.01%. All-time high back then in 2021, 2022 was around 0.01%. I believe I give an estimate at least of a 0.006% market cap dominance. Maybe that's too small. Maybe it will grab a hold of every single one of these narratives and we genuinely have a 100x cryptocurrency on our hands. I'm going to be a little bit more conservative now, but I honestly, if people are talking about this as a 100x cryptocurrency, there's plenty of times when I'll complain about people talking about 100x cryptos. This is not one of those times. If you believe that AIOZ is going to 100x, I'm okay with that. I really am. So AIOZ price prediction 0.06% market cap dominance, assuming a $7 trillion total one market cap. That gives us a $4.2 billion market cap. $4.2 billion market cap divided by 1.236 billion tokens, which is my estimate as to where we will be on December 25th, 2025. That gives us a price target of $3.40, about a 30x from where it is today. You know, like I said, could this go to $10? It could. It really could. But I'm sticking with $3.40 for now. You never know in the crypto world. This is a high conviction play. I have a decent amount of this cryptocurrency. So high conviction, and I want to be even clearer about that as well before you go. High conviction versus low conviction. There's plenty of price targets that I'll give you that I have a low conviction about that. I would say my AGX price target is a low conviction one for comparison, but this one is much more high conviction, which is why even if I give a price target for another cryptocurrency like LCX, I project a 41x on LCX. My conviction level in that is lower than what I would say for this. I would rather right now be owning AIOZ than LCX, but I own a lot of both. Okay. So, hey, you know what? It's the world of crypto. You don't have to worry about buying one or the other. But anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section of this video. Let me know what you think. And if you got any value from this content, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification button. I make videos like this every day and you're not going to want to miss a beat. But otherwise, I will see you in another video. Peace.